Michigan remains as tight as any of 7 or so battleground states. Of the more than 2 million vote by mail ballots requested, more than 1 million have already been returned. And while neither Vice President Harris nor former President Trump are in Michigan today, former President Obama will be campaigning on Harris's behalf in Detroit later this evening. And that's where NewsNation's Robert Sherman has been speaking with voters, joins us live. So, Robert, with all this attention on the state, what are voters there telling you?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is, Nichole, is that there's a very clear correlation between Republican and Democratic voters here. Yeah, for sure, there are some differences on opinions on the issues, but that one issue that keeps coming top of mind, the economy. Everyone is talking about their pocketbook issues. Everyone is talking about how to make dollars go farther, whether they intend to vote for Harris or Trump. And you see the metrics support that. This is a study that was conducted by AARP here in Michigan this month. 57% of voters age 50 and up say a personal economic issue is at least top 2 for them. And that's all encompassing. That includes taxes, that includes inflation, that includes the economy as a whole or the job market. So both of these campaigns are really trying to hone in on that on the ground here in Michigan. And this is a very, very tight race here as they try and pull those 15 electoral votes into their column. Less than 1 percentage point separating Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Trump. You see the latest numbers on your screen right there from Decision Desk HQ. As you pointed out, over 1 million absentee ballots have already been cast. Statewide early voting goes live Saturday. Nichole.
You know, and Robert, there has been a lot of back and forth involving the city of Detroit. Here is just some of what's been said over the past few weeks.
The whole country is going to be like, you want to know the truth? It'll be like Detroit. Our whole country will end up being like Detroit if she's your president.
They say if Kamala wins, then the whole country will be like Detroit. Okay? Proud like Detroit. Resilient like Detroit. We're talking about the same Detroit that innovated the auto industry and the music industry. So put some respect on Detroit's name.
All right, that was singer Lizzo there. Well, the Harris campaign quickly turning the former president's remarks into campaign ads. But what has been the reaction there to all of this back and forth?
Yeah, I can tell you this, Nichole. Everyone has heard this at this point here in Detroit. Everyone is well aware of the former president's comments and the responses coming from the Harris campaign. But the meaning of all of that, it's different between both sides. And in terms of what people on the ground here think, listen for yourself.
Have you been downtown? Have you been around? Detroit is beautiful. It's on the comeback. It's on the rise.
Did that bother you, what the former president had to say?
Absolutely, because a lot of things that he say, it's just rhetoric, and it's just speaking to a group of people that are negative in every way.
I think Detroiters know, people who've lived here long enough know what he meant. There was a decline in Detroit. It's coming back. But I think with the Trump administration, Detroit could take off like an Elon Musk rocket ship.
So, I mean, that's what we've kind of heard here on the ground, Nichole, is that everyone's very well aware of that, but those comments from the former president mean something very different. Some believe that it points out changes that need to be enacted here in Michigan. Others taking offense to it, showing pride here. And it has juiced up both of these sides just a little bit here, Nichole, but we haven't really seen any votes particularly swayed by those comments. Nichole?
All right, Robert Sherman, live for us there on the ground in Detroit. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.